You're not quite sure your personality, but you only have 4 options, right? Only 4 letters to know your personality, which is pretty nice. In this case, this person is struggling with the final 3 and 4. First 2 being introvert or extrovert, number 1, and the second one being intuitive or a sensor. If you already know those first 2, then awesome. Then this video is for you. This is to help you decide your 3 and 4, which is between thinker, feeler, like if you're warm or cold, and the final one being a judger or a perceiver. Keep in mind, personalities have similarities, but they can be very different depending on these letters. One letter can throw off everything. So knowing them could be life-changing. So feel free to share this with anybody who is also struggling with either of these letters. And if you're struggling with any of the other letters, the first 2, just let me know as well. I'm Eric Osmond. I'm an ESFP, an entertainer by trade, and highly analytical to your body language, the way you think, the way you talk, the way you act, how fast you talk, how fast I talk. All these stupid nuances that allow me to assess people very quickly. I have to. I'm an actor, right? So with that in mind, let's begin. Your third slot, thinker or feeler. To me, this is very easy to decide. The foundation is everybody has emotion. That does not mean anybody can cry on a dime. If you think about things and get emotional pretty quickly, you have to decide if that's because I'm going through something personal right now, or if I've always been that way. Because traumas and current life situations can affect your personality. It can be very difficult to have a massive brain change like that, though very possible. It has to be extreme. Feeler in general is just more warm. Like, how easy is it for you to hug somebody that you don't know? That's just, generally speaking, the easy way to figure that out. If you're a little more complicated, like an INFJ or an ISFJ, these are also feelers, but they have these rules. That's where that 4th letter comes in. An FJ is a feeler, but with rules. I will hug you if, right? Thinkers it doesn't even cross their mind. Why would I hug you? Like, ever, right? A thinker is just cold, logical. Logical versus emotional. Thinkers are good with numbers, with stats. They want answers on an analytical level. Keep in mind that though you may like stats, like an INFJ and an ISFJ also like stats, it doesn't make them thinkers. They think a lot. They want a lot of information. But again, it comes down to the hugging thing. How emotional are you? If you got that one answered, awesome. If not, let me know in the comments. Maybe we can make a more in-depth video. I'm trying to keep this short, so let's hit that 4th letter. Perceiver or judger. This one's a little more difficult. It's more situational. For example, if I put you in a situation, can you adapt really quickly? If you can, you are a P. If you are like, whoa, that's not how I pre-programmed this. I have rules here, guys. That's an easy J. J for judging. Pre-judging, we should call it. Perceivers are receptive to what's happening. Like, no matter what happens, a perceiver is going to be okay because they're adaptive. A judger is a little more difficult. That's why they make pre-made rules to defend themselves. Personalities are developed over time, and you can be born with certain attributes, sure. That's where this comes in, and that's why personality systems exist. J's have structure. J's have routine. J's have rules. Written or unwritten, they have rules. Again, the perfect examples are the INFJ and ISFJ, because INFJs are obviously feelers, but they love to think and research. So what the heck? That's where these cognitive stacks come in. So we can go into way further depth on these, but to keep it simple, you're warm if you're a feeler, cold if you're a thinker, and that's okay. There's no good or bad here. And if you're structured, you're a J. If you like chaos and to be more receptive to life, then you're a P. P for perceptive. I hope that helps. Thanks for your follows. It means a lot to me and my family. We love you guys. We love learning about you guys. So thanks so much for teaching us too. This is just how Myers-Briggs does it. And by the way, once you know these top 4 letters, there's a whole other level of vertical stacks that we go into to really nail that personality down to make sure we got it right. So message me for that if you want more information. Thanks again for following.